Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to be working on some fundamental skills from our cutting sequences. And so we're going to use either the juke dough or one of these juke doughs that we make. And we're going to practice each of the sequences. You don't want to use your wooden sword because it possibly could break when you're actually hitting something. So let's get ready and go. Okay, now we're going to start out. We're going to start out horse stance and executing our front cut. Okay, move out, draw the sword, and then just be a little bit short of the target. From here, chamber, strike, and then back down to position. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Left, right cutting. 1, left, right, guard. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Three-part cutting. Center, left, right. 1, center, left, right, guard. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this time we're going to work cross-cutting. We're going to work on our left to right cross-cut. When we're lining up, we're going to line up to the side of the bag, not in the center of the bag. Chamber to the side, cut across. Make sure your hand isn't way past the target, that it needs to meet at the target. And then follow through and come back to center. Chamber, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right to left cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rising cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thrusting from the left hip and from the right hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Top blade thrusting from the left and the right shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One jaw biggie, okay, which is a 6-directional cut. Draw, front, left, right, chamber, cross cut. Go into a hanging block, angle cut down, angle cut down. Back to guard. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Hi-yo! This is slide forward and slide back motion with 2 front cuts. So you slide forward, cut, cut, and slide back. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, slide to the left, cut, slide to the right, cut. 1. Slide to the right, cut, slide to the left, cut. 2. Left, right. 3. 4. Right, left. 5. Left, right. 6. Right, left. 7. 8. 9. 10. Slide forward, slide back, slide left, slide right, slide right, slide left. 1, 2, 3, 2. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Chochonsei drill or high posture drill, moving forward, front cut, chamber, cross cut as you're retreating. Step forward, 1, step forward, front cut, chamber, cross cut, and back to high posture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The next drill is turn around, cut, turn around, cut. Now you're pivoting 180 degrees. Going to start in the center in a horse stance, then pivot your body into your Daidosei position. Draw your sword so you're at your target. Here we go, ready. Turn, cut, turn, cut. And 1, cut, cut. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this time we're going to turn. We're going to lunge to the target, pivot, lunge to the target. So from this position, go into sotose, roll that shoulder elbow up to pivot. You would be into a cat stance position at this point. Lunge forward to cut down, pivot, lunge forward to cut down. Here we go. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, the next drill is the 8-position drill, or Gangue down Nipalsung Se. Starting long stance, guard position. Turn the blade, low sweep, pivoting the body, raise up, step up into crane stance, shout, fire, turn, cut, up, guard, and then back to position. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, shout, aya, 5, cut, chamber 6, pivot, cut, 7, guard, 8, front guard. 1, 2, 3, going to golden rooster, shout, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Return. 1, 2, 3, aya. 5, 6, 7, 8. Return. 1, 2, 3, 4, aya. 5, 6, 7, 8. Return. 1, 2, 3, 4, aya. 5, 6, 7, 8. Return. One more time. Silent count. Go. Aya. 2. Aya. 3. Aya. 4. Aya. 5. Aya. 'Okay, so these are the fundamental cutting drills that are used to develop the basic skills. Work on these. Having the targets gives you a little bit different feel. practice having a target. Again, use either a bamboo sword, a jukdo, or a PVC sword like I was using today. And good luck. Have fun practicing. Okay, everybody, today we're going to be working on some paper cutting. We just got done working on our fundamentals, working on the heavy bags, having power, and aiming our technique. Now we're going to go into practical, cutting, but we're going to use the paper. A little thing about when you're paper cutting. So we get a newspaper, and what I do is I just cut the newspaper in half widthwise, so it leaves the crease where it gives me my center line in which I'm going to be aiming for. Okay? Now, when you're cutting paper with a dull-edged implement like the wooden sword, you need to be cutting it with the grain. So in other words, if you cut it against the grain, it has a tendency to rip sideways. Okay? If you're using a sharp sword, you want to cut against the grain. If you're using a dull sword, you want to cut with the grain. So as I cut through, it'll show you that you can have a pretty straight line as you're cutting through, okay? But you could roll the blade and it can cause it to go off center. As you can see, it just starts to tread off, okay? So you want to keep your blade straight as you're going through cutting, okay? We're going to get started, and today we're going to start out with the front cut, all right? I have it set up here with the targets, and then we're going to go through the different ones. Okay, we're going to start out doing a front cut, so I'm going to go into horse stance, aim, and execute the cut. So I get in position, draw my sword. So this is the very first move of your basic skills. From here, execute that front cut. All right? Okay, as you can see, I would have gotten a gold, or basically it comes right down the center line. So I want to keep practicing this. I'll do it about 10 times. Make sure I'm consistent with it, and then I'll move on to my next one. Okay, this time I'm going to work on my left angle cut. So I go into my position, draw my sword, aiming. Now again, I'm coming through on that left angle cut. Okay, as you see, I'm going to practice this left angle cut, and I'm going to work on it and make sure I'm consistent with it, all right, in a stationary position. Once I do that, I'm going to move on to the right angle cut. Then I'm going to work on my cross cuts. Then I'm going to work on my rising cuts. So I'm going to do all these stationary cuts until I'm good and consistent. So from there, we're going to move on, and we're going to go and execute techniques from moving, okay? And then we're also going to work on our combinations. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I'm going to work on my rising cut. Aya! Okay, pretty straight line, but it isn't perfect, so I want to make sure I work on it so I get it right down the center line, hitting what I'm aiming every time. Okay, so I'll keep working on that, and we'll move on to some combinations now. Okay, we're moving on. We're going to be doing some combinations. The first combination from basics I'm doing is that slide forward, cut, cut, and slide back. All right, here we go. In this case, I'm going to be using two separate targets, one on the left side, one on the right side. Okay, now we're going to work on the next combination, that Jochensei drill, working from high posture, come in front cut, chamber, step back, rotating into a cross cut. Okay, here we go. Okay, work on this combination, and as you get better and more consistent with it, then you'll move on to the next one. Okay, now we're going to change up a little bit, and we're going to work on that pivot, angle cut, pivot, angle cut. Now in basic skills, we practice with the front cut, but to change it up and to practice different cuts, what I did here for this one is I pivot, and I'm going to do left angle cut, pivot, and do a right angle cut. Okay, so practice that one, and as you get consistent with the cuts down the center where you're aiming at, you can continue on with the other combinations. Okay, so that gives you lots of different combinations to work on, to develop the skills. Now, along with that, we're working on our combinations from our forms. So you can put once you get comfortable with the fundamentals, you can put the combinations from the forms together and start doing the paper cutting from those, and start working on more complicated techniques. This translates from basically striking, target practice, paper cutting, and then into live cutting. All right, good luck.